Today's exercise, it may sound really simple, just picking a word, but you're not going to pick a word at random. It's really about letting a word emerge from everything you've already explored so far. A word that will anchor you and your actions in real intention. Hello, and welcome back to the Art of Value Whispering podcast. I'm your host, Melitta Campbell, your business coach and value whisperer. And this week we are continuing with the Planisodes, a short series of podcast episodes designed to help you plan your business in a way that feels calm, intentional, and genuinely aligned. Not just creating a plan, but creating something that you can actually grow into over the year ahead. And today's Planisode is all about choosing your word of the year. One simple word that acts as a guide for how you want to show up this year, how you want to work, how you want to lead your business, how you want to be visible, how you want to feel in your business. And by this point in the Planisodes, you've already reflected on the past, you've clarified what matters most, and you started shaping your priorities for the year, and you've been thinking ahead to how you will manage any fear, doubt, or overwhelm that may arise and derail your plans as you move forward. And today's exercise, it may sound really simple, just picking a word, but you're not going to pick a word at random. It's really about letting a word emerge from everything you've already explored so far. A word that will anchor you and your actions in real intention. So take a moment to reflect on that. If you've downloaded the Planisode tool that comes along with this, you'll have everything you've done so far all in one place. If you haven't got it, go and download it now. You'll find that at melittacampbell.com/Planisodes. So reflect on everything you've done so far and then think about what quality would support you most this year. Not what sound impressive or what you think you should choose, but what would genuinely help you move through the year with more ease, clarity, or courage. For some people, that word may be calm or focus or trust. It may be bold, ease, clarity, presence. There's no right or wrong answer here. It's really all about what's most meaningful to you. And you'll know when this word is right because it will create a feeling when you say it. A small shift inside that's a clue that you've got the right word. And once you've chosen your word, write it in your planning spreadsheet. You'll find a dedicated space for it in there. And also, you want to make that word visible so that you can remind yourself of it regularly. Maybe you want to create a nice graphic on Canva that you can pin on your wall or put next to your desk. That's what I do. I've got my word from last year here. I need to update that for this year. I'll tell you a little bit more about what that's going to be in a moment. So maybe you want to create a nice graphic or write it in the front of your diary, your agenda, your planner, your journal, so that you see it every day. Or maybe it's your phone background or all of the above. Ensuring your word remains visible and at the front of your mind is a small practice, but it can quietly transform how you show up, especially on the days when things feel a little bit messy or uncertain. So my word for this year, I've been greedy. It's actually 2. So the year before last, my word was focus because I wanted to be more intentional and less distracting as I moved through the year. And I needed that constant reminder to do that. Last year, my word is more of a phrase. It was less, but better. It was a reminder to help me strip things back to the simplest, most manageable, most impactful elements. And that streamlining, focusing on making things simple but significant, was incredibly powerful. It helped me to refine my work, my energy, and the way I support my clients. And from that position, it's now time to think bigger. So that is my word or the words of this year. And it's not about thinking bigger in a loud or pushy way, but bigger in terms of scope, impact, and possibility. My book, Value Whispering, is coming out in a matter of days now, with the attendees of the Higher Voltage event in London next week being the first to get a physical copy of the book, and you can get yours online at the same time. And my signature program, the Value Whispering Blueprint, is now very well established. And what I love is how people join that program for how grounded and practical it is, how it helps them get clearer on their messaging, develop a marketing approach that feels doable, a sales process that feels natural. And overall, they start attracting clients without hustling, without feeling pushy or being out of alignment, but being exactly who they are and allowing their value to shine through everything that they do. And I love how when we build those foundations together, my clients, the blueprinters, they start to see that business growth and personal growth are inseparable. As their messaging sharpens and their marketing becomes clear, their confidence naturally expands. As their messaging sharpens and their marketing and their offers become clear, their confidence naturally expands. Not because they're trying to become anyone else, but because they're finally building a business that works with who they are. They're starting to really appreciate the true value that they have to offer and how to position that for their dream clients. And they grow into who they were meant to be. And that's perhaps one of the parts that I love most about watching my clients grow through that program. And if you're looking for support to grow this year, there are a few spots open right now. So I'd love to have a conversation with you to see if the Value Whispering Blueprint could be the right thing to support you this year going forward. You can learn a bit more about the program and book a call with me directly at valuewhispering.com. And so this year, with the book out there and the program really getting consistent results for my clients, I'm starting to ask, where next for value? It's looking at how I can use AI more strategically, not to replace thinking, but to support the clarity and speed in which my clients get results. I'm also starting to engage in some research into how Value Whispering could be supporting women leaders inside organizations and female founders seeking investment, because the world genuinely needs more women playing a bigger game right now. And I really believe that Value Whispering can be supporting that in a bigger way than it is right now. It's working amazingly well for business owners and solopreneurs, experts, people in that space. But let's see if it can help with female founders and leaders as well. I'm excited to explore that space. So my word is thinking bigger, both as an invitation and a direction. And I'd love to know what your word of the year is. Once you've chosen your word, come and share it with us in the Value Whispering Circle. That's my free community. You'll find it at melittacampbell.com/club. It's a supportive space to reflect, share, and stay connected as the year unfolds and as you grow into your plans for this year. So come and share your word there. And if you've created a graphic on Canva, even better, share that with us too. And remember, you will also find the full Planisodes planning spreadsheet to support you through this entire process in the show notes, or you can go directly to melittacampbell.com/planisodes to access that directly. And if, as you're planning out this year, you realize you don't want to go it alone, you want support to think bigger, do more without burning out or feeling overwhelmed, then I'd love to support you through the Value Whispering Blueprint and invite you to take one of those open spots. So we can discuss that further on a call. Go to valuewhispering.com to book that call directly. We'll look at where you are today, what your plans are for 2026, what could be holding you back or making you feel overwhelmed, or where's that potential that you may have overlooked or not realized is there waiting for you within your business. We'll have an open discussion about that, and then we can see whether the Value Whispering Blueprint program could be just the support that you need this year to succeed. So book that at valuewhispering.com. And meantime, I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow in the next Planisode.